Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here. I wanted to give a list of creation scientists that are in the world today or have recently been in the world. Some of them have passed away. So this I'm getting off creation.com in the modern period. And so some of these names you'll probably recognize, some you may not, but I'll just go through them really quick. And then I've got my own names, my own list that I made over here. Okay, so Dr. Clifford Burdick, a geologist, George Washington Carver, inventor, L. Merson Davies, geology and paleontology, Douglas Dewar, ornithologist, Howard A. Kelly, gynecology, Paul Lemion, geology, Dr. Frank Marsh, biology, Dr. John Mann, agriculturalist, biological control pioneer, Edward H. Maunder, astronomy, William Mitchell Ramsey, archaeologist, William Ramsey, isotopic chemistry, element transmutation, Charles Stein, organic chemist, Dr. Rendell Short, surgeon, Sir Cecil P.G. Wakeley, surgeon, Dr. Larry Butler, biochemist, Professor Verna Wright, rheumatologist, which I've probably done, I think, some reviews of her pamphlets from the UK. And then A.E. Wilder Smith, who had 3 doctorates of science, creation science, pioneer. Got many others here too, but from various time periods. And then James Tour, who is a leading biologist of today, or chemist, if I'm not mistaken. William Dembski, Walt Brown, who's got a PhD from MIT. Jonathan Wells, who has a PhD from UCal Berkeley and Yale, writes great books on that. Henry Morris, who was there at Virginia Tech University, started the 3rd ranking engineering program, 3rd most in the United States there at Virginia Tech. Dwayne Gish, who's written the great books, The Fossils Still Say No. Many from the creation science movement in the UK. Many of them, the pamphlets that I get from them have FRSC. So I looked that up, and that's a fellow of the Royal Society, like for chemistry, for example, after their name. There was a Finnish scientist that I just did a review of his book called Heretic that came out as a creation scientist as well. And that's just a few of many. I mean, if you go to Answers in Genesis website, they're going to have a list like Dr. Danny Faulkner, astronomer, Bodie Hodge, who's fantastic, Dr. Nathaniel T. Jensen, research biologist, Dr. David Minton, biologist, anatomist, Dr. Tommy Mitchell, medical doctor, Dr. Terry Mortensen, historian of geology, theologian, speaker, Dr. Georgia Purdom, who I think when I went with IBC, Indiana Bible College, we heard her speak. She was phenomenal. Molecular geneticist, and Dr. Andrew A. Snelling, geologist, speaker. Now this is basically, again, just creation scientist. Now if you get into intelligent design, which Dembski would be more intelligent design, that is a whole nother world opened up, that people with, that aren't necessarily 6-day creationists, but like Philip Johnson, who teaches at UCal Berkeley, or did, would be a 6-day creationist. But then there's many others that would be in the intelligent design camp. And some of them would be kind of agnostic intelligent designers. But then you would even have like agnostics that would be creationist or intelligent designers, because they would see that obviously there has to be design and there has to be continuity and there's a symbiosis of everything in the ecosystem and ecology, that everything had to come into existence very close to the exact same time. And then the male-female conundrum and the breathing, oxygen, CO2 symbiosis between man and plants, animals and plants. And so these are just a few of the list of creation scientists. You can come up with your own list. You can get them. Just know there's tons of materials out there, Answers in Genesis, Institute Creation Research, the Northwest Creation Network, and just tons. And then you've got all kinds of progressive creationists and old earth creationists and what do they call it, theistic evolutionists, but I would not consider them creationists, really. So God bless, just believe the scriptures, because it's 100% right, and that's been my experience all through my life, is if I've ever had a thought that was contrary to the Bible, let God be true and every man a liar. God's always right. God bless. Talk with you later in Jesus' name.